Mum and me were talking about something, doesn't matter what we were talking about something, and she just gave the best life advice ever.
Hey guys, so it's Tuesday and it's lunchtime and we are about to leave for our regionals finally. If you guys have seen the latest vlogs, you will know that we were like, are we going, are we not, can we go, can we not, because of Storm Emma and the Beast from the East. But luckily Summer House rescheduled theirs to this week so we can still go. So we are gonna go up the night before. I'm on tomorrow. I'm doing 3 tests tomorrow and then 1 Thursday. So because it's quite local, we're gonna go up the night before, settle them in, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow night so they can be at home, and then we'll take Eagle back for the last day. So how am I feeling pre-regionals? If you guys have followed the OTD journey for a while, you will know how it all started and how I started to change my mindset around. And it was at the regionals that I had my, now I call it a breakthrough, at the time I would call it a breakdown. So yeah, without going into too much detail, I was at the regionals and my mindset has always been bad, but I'd say it just got horrendously bad around these times because I used to put a lot of pressure on myself, thinking that I had to perform really well because I just really wanted to go to the nationals, and it was like, you've only got 1 shot at this, better get it right. So I put myself under a lot of pressure and I wasn't dealing with it very well, and I was coming out of every test crying. And anyway, that's basically where this journey started, and then when I started documenting it with the vlogs. So for me, approaching the regionals is always quite a significant time because there was such a big issue around it before. Now the last, how many have I done since then? I've done 3. I haven't since then qualified for the nationals, and this is like a little gremlin that does stick in the back of my head, but because I am now mentally a lot tougher, I am a lot more prepared for it. But that doesn't mean that those negative little thoughts don't sometimes try and creep in, and today they tried to creep in. And it's funny because I'm so aware of it, I'm very self-aware, I'm very aware of what's going on, and that's really good because I can pick up when it's happening and then I can do something about it. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I like to portray reality, and I don't want to show, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just constantly positive and I don't have like ups and downs and moments where I kind of maybe have like the old me comes out a little bit, because it does happen and that's completely normal. But now how I look at it is like I know that I can learn from it, whatever happens. So even if I do, for example, have like a meltdown, and not that I think I would ever go back to as bad as I was, but do you know what I'm saying? If something goes not terribly well, or I get a little bit of self-doubt or whatever, I know that I can learn from it now, and that's where I've changed my mind around to be like solution focused, not just yeah, problem focused. The other thing as well that's been a little gremlin in the back of my head is we have to go to Summer House regionals. Now Summer House is where it all went wrong a lot, so I was like, I'm gonna go somewhere else, and now I've annoyingly, because of the snow, been pushed back into Summer House. But I feel like it's quite a good thing because it's something that I can go and tackle, and I shouldn't be put off by places or by people or by like whatever. I should have like my firm foundations and then stick to them and I'll be fine. So how are we going to improve from this? Because like I say, I'm all about solution focusing, not problem focusing. So I could sit here and be like, oh, my mindset's not in the best place, it's going to be a rubbish show, I don't want to go, boo hoo hoo. But we're not, we're about solution focusing. So what am I going to do to improve this? I think it's important, if you're stressing out over one show, you have to look at like what you're trying to achieve. Do you want short-term success or do you want long-term success? Like me personally, I want long-term success. So I shouldn't put so much pressure on just one show, because if I do really well, great. If I don't, I can learn from it, I can push forward from it. And like how I define success for myself now is that I'm constantly learning and growing and evolving. for me, success isn't like one destination point. It wouldn't be like, for example, like winning the Olympics. That wouldn't be my like pinnacle of success. For me, like success would just always be like improving myself, growing, moving forwards. Success is a journey, not a destination. So anyway, that's one point I have to remember. Another thing as well I'm really going to be focusing on is I'm going to be focusing on process goals, not product goals. So process goals are what I need to do to achieve product goals. So for example, if I was trotting around the test going, I need to get 74%, it's a very competitive regionals by the way, 74% to get through to the nationals, and I'm just focusing on that, then I'm not thinking about what needs to be done to do that. So all my energy goes there, and then I'm not focusing on my riding. And that's why, have you ever been like, all I need to do is, for example, like do a really good transition here, I just need to do a good transition here, I just need to get this percentage, I just need to win, I just need to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, it's not happening. That's because you're just focusing on the product, you're not focusing on the process, and the process is how you're going to achieve it. So I'm going to really be focusing on process goals. For example, my process goals when I'm going around the test are keeping connection from my calf through my seat to my reins to the horse's mouth, and that kind of keeps them engaged and keeps them together. I also focus on keeping good balance and keeping suppleness and doing all of that, and riding each move individually and believing in myself and all those sorts of things. So that's all the process that will go into the product. So that's another thing. Another thing that's really annoying is I just had this epiphany moment in my head, and I was like, remember to say that, Olivia, that would be really good and really useful, and I've just forgotten it and I can't remember what it is. So there might be a part 2 to this, and I might tell you guys some other things that I'm going to be doing. But I'm excited because, you know, I love a challenge, and it's what's going to make me grow, going to make me mentally tougher, is to deal with stuff like this, because I might get to the Olympics and I might feel like this, so I need to be prepped, ready, prepared, mentally tough. So anyway, let's go put the ponies on the lorry, and then we can go. Mum's ready. Ready, Mum?
Yes. I've got Sprats
Are you excited?
Yes.
Don't be like that!
It is my nemesis of a regional.
It's not, don't say that, we've got to be positive, remember?
We are being positive. Things are going to change as from now.
Sassy.
Onwards and upwards.
Queen Sass is ready. Oh, he's so handsome. Look at Swan champion. That was not attractive. His nose smells so nice. Hi, Essex. Essex, I'll take the regionals on.
Essex said, I broke a book. A boot.
A book. It's basically halfway down his tail. It's halfway down his...
What are you doing?
There we go, there's the rest of the tail.
There we go.
It's coming a bit, he's going to sit on.
Oh, we need to do a tutorial soon.
We do.
Here we go, here's a tutorial, how to put a tail guard on. That's it. Make sure it's at the top of the tail, not the middle. Make sure there's no Velcro rubbing their bum.
Yeah.
No one likes Velcro on the bum.
Tweaking.
There we go. Ready, Wilfie? I've got my snacks for the journey. So we're just trying to find Lorry dog and then we're going. Everyone keeps wanting me to do a lorry tour, by the way, but I don't know how you do them. Is it just like MTV Cribs for the lorry? Also, I've never been a massive fan of showing off like materialistic things, so it just seems a bit weird for me.
she just gave the best life advice ever. She was saying a lot of people go around looking for short-term gratification by like running away from their problems, thinking they could like just go on holiday to get rid of them, or what else, Mum? Changing jobs, changing careers, changing like partners, relationships, all this because they think that's going to make them find happiness. When really, what makes happiness, Mum?
It's job satisfaction and gratification.
No, that's not what you said. She said hard work and what was the other one?
I thought it was job satisfaction.
Just working hard, basically. Grinding is what really gets to long-term happiness, isn't it? She used to always tell me that and I completely ignored her. I'd be like, hard work does not lead to happiness. It actually does. That's when I'm at my most happiest, when I'm like on the grind. So that's some Libby Towers life advice.
Gotta be nice to everybody as well.
You gotta be nice to everybody as well. Round there. We're just doing a quick M&S stop. I think they're going, Mum.
Oh no, I think they're waiting for a slot.
Mum! Mum's just nicked someone's space. She's jumping in front of the show jumpers.
Fuck me, they'll do me over.
Don't say that.
Oh, this is a bitch as well.
Wilfie, do you want to go try some show jumping?
No, I have enough trouble with all.
I'm covered head to toe in mud now. The glamorous part about being a dressage rider. Anyway, gonna put the pop out now, tidy the lorry up, and then we are all done. And I got a phone call with Theo at like 6:30 to discuss some business. But anyway, yeah, listen to this. Not very healthy, right? Show jumps are going down. I think it could have been quite good fun, really. So we're all settled in now and I'm just gonna edit the part of the vlog that I filmed so I'm nice and ahead of time, and then I can talk to Theo, and then I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So let me update you on mindset with my mother in the background. We'll just have to ignore her for a minute. So, how am I feeling now? Totally back on it. Feel like laser focused, super positive again. And I think it's important for me to tell you guys this, because you've just got to treat like when you have a bad time and like when your emotions get in the way and your feelings and all that sort of thing, and you have like a down moment, that your emotions and your feelings and stuff are like clouds, and even like the happy ones. So they like come and they go and they never stay for like ever. So as long as you have like your firm foundations, like your principles and your values, you always can like hone in back to those, and then it kind of is like your anchor. So yeah, that's why it's really important to invest in mindset and all that sort of thing, because emotions are going to come and go, but you don't want to be what's the word? You don't want to be defined by you don't want to be defined by your emotions, and you don't want them to have power over you, because does that make sense?
Controlled by them.
Yeah, you don't want to be controlled by your emotions, because they are cray things, especially if you're a woman. So
I don't know what you mean.
So get that anchor. We're having a toilet situation. Is there a hole in it? The toilet's leaking. Or water's coming out the toilet.
Frost.
Here's a lorry tour, everybody.
I don't know how to stop that.
Is it still coming out?
It is.
It stopped?
No, it's pissing out. I don't know what. It has stopped, I think.
Yeah, I can't hear it. It was like... I was sat in the toilet and it was hissing at me.
Seriously can't have the water only on for tiny amounts.
I get that, but I just don't think it makes the horses look as elegant as they are. I watched other videos of people doing it, and like, even with the show jumpers, and like, they do it in slow-mo and it just looks like clunky and out of rhythm. Like, it needs to be elegant and gliding, and like, for example, like, you know how they film like ballerinas? You never see them do that shot, ever. Like, it's all about like elegance, and I can't really put it out on a video if I don't like it. I knew you'd say that. I knew you'd be like, but why? You love it as well. No, but no, it's not a personal thing at all. Like, I don't like watching it of other people. I think it looks, I don't like it. I'm vlogging this, by the way, so it's hilarious. People are like, what are you talking about?
It's the same. You'd think because it's Birmingham and it's city, people would be a bit more ambitious, but they're not.
It's mad,
It's
isn't
just-
it?
Yeah, it's just that it's tough. I went out for a meal with some friends the other day and was talking about exactly the same thing. Do you get me? When you go to YouTube, you know you're going to sit there for longer than 5 minutes. Do you get me? When you're on Insta, you're just skimming.
She's rolling her hip along the floor.
Yakult Light, made with mist of
Fucking don't want to be tight in my leg.
No, it's made with fewer calories and bacteria scientifically proven to reach the gut alive.
So convo is all done with Theo. As you can see, they're not short conversations.
Her and Theo have been on the phone for an hour and a half.
Now I'm just doing some foam rolling, so I'm nice and flexible for tomorrow.
Oh, I have missed a bit of it. I'm about to take Sprout down to see the horses. Where's my charger gone?
Spout's ready for bed.
Where's my charger? Is that it?
Look at the cheese now.
No, it's up top. So it's bedtime now, and I will see you guys in the morning.
Sprout's gone.
Morning, guys. So I'm about to go and do the arena walk. Running a little bit late. The arena walk's at 7 and it's 5 to 7. But it's all gravy. So I'm going to do Wilf first outside, and then do Eagle inside, and give them a stretch of their legs and all that jazz. First class is at 11:13 on Eagle, so we've got a bit of time. So I'll do that class in this vlog, and then I'll do a part 2, because I realise this vlog's already at like 18 minutes. And then, yeah, the next vlog will have Wilf and Eagle in it. This is how you melt cheese on toast. Put it over the toaster. Tower's top tip. So arena walk was all done. Eagle was really chilled. Wolfie was very excited. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have some breakfast, and then I'm gonna go and stand with Wilf, walking around the showground, just let him take it all in, because when I was talking to David about it, he said that's what the eventers do. They literally tie them up outside the warm-up and just let them chill there with a hay net all day. Well, not all day, but you know what I mean, like to acclimatise to their warm-up. I'm not going to tie Wilf up, I'm going to stand with him, and I'm just going to walk him around and get him used to the show. But to be honest, today I'm going for relaxation with Wilf, if I can just get him to relax. Well, if I get him to relax, I know we'll do a cracking test, so it all comes with that. But you can't rush relaxation, like I've said before. So yeah, we'll just do our best. Yeah, I'm excited. So I have just completed my mental warm-up, or mental run-through, mental program, mental training, and it has my performance statement. So it's, I believe in myself, and I'm going to ride each movement calmly with determination. So I told myself that a lot, and I ran through my test using visualization, and without going into too much detail, basically Charlie, the GB sports psychologist, came over and he hooked me up to this machine that can basically like read what's going on in your head. Like it reads concentration, heart rate, heart rhythm, all that sort of thing. It's really fascinating. And he basically said like my visualization is uber strong, like I can laser focus concentration, but what I need to do now is build stamina in it, because I can hold it but I can't hold it for like the length of a test. I can do it for a few moves and then my mind wanders, and then I find it hard to like keep going in, yeah, like keep going in the pattern of the test. I kind of jump from one movement to the other, and it's really weird because in a test it's exactly the same thing. So I can do a few movements, and then if something goes wrong, I completely get like, my focus goes, not completely, but like not how I'd want it to be. Or even if it's going really well, my focus goes as well. So it's just building up stamina in it, because training visualization is, again, it's like training in the gym. It takes practice, and it's actually quite hard work. Like mentally it's quite hard. You can really feel your whole body's like, actually I'd even say like physically. So yeah, I just need to build up stamina, and I mean that's just, I have to do it every day. I have to visualize myself going through a test every day, and that's something that I have to be really strict on, because I know it's going to make a big difference. But I did run through that test and I got through the whole of it. I did have to keep bringing myself back because my mind completely wandered at one point, thinking like, oh my gosh, like don't mess this movement up, you might not get through to the nationals. And that's exactly what happens in my head when I'm in the test. So learning to control it off the horse is a massive part of learning to be a good competitor. My mental training, I can make myself an insane performer, and I don't even have to be on the horse. But it's just, like I say, gonna take practice and persistence. Anyway, after I've rambled on, I'm gonna go and take Wilf to the warm-up, and let him have a look around. Then I'm gonna plait eagle, then I'm gonna get on. But I'm feeling uber good. I wasn't feeling very good before I did that, but I feel so much better now. I feel prepped and ready. So we're gonna plait eagle up. What's he eating? Anyway, yeah, gonna plait eagle up and then get dressed. So I'm all ready and I'm feeling really, really good. I feel really, really good. That visualizing session has been like, pumped me up. I'm really excited. I'm so excited to get in there and to perform and ride and be there with the horse that I've trained and have an amazing partnership with and bond, and you got this. Let's do it. Look what the dog just did. Uh-oh. Enjoy it.
Oh, don't cross your legs, well done. Calmly, because he is hot. Like you own it. No, you didn't quite go straight on that, but you need to do 2 strides straight before you go.
test 1 is done, and he was very, very hot in the warm-up, which is nice because he was enjoying himself. But when he gets too hot, he can push himself onto his shoulder a little bit. So I did find the changes, he was a little bit too on the forehand to get them really good. One change we really didn't set up well. My focus was like laser up until that moment. I don't think that helped either. And I hadn't had like great changes in the warm-up, and I think then in the back of your head you're always like, oh, I haven't got them in the warm-up, so it won't be as good in the test. But there were just like little mistakes, and the rest of the test was really good, but little mistakes at the regionals, it's quite pricey. But that's fine, like I'm really happy with how I kept my mindset and stuff. I was really calm, really cool, collected. So I'm going to go and look at my mark, and then I'm going to end this vlog and I'm going to start the next one.